Hi everyone, how's it going? So this spotlight is not working. It's not turning on because I was cleaning and I accidentally knocked it down. So this is the lighting that I'm going to be working with for the next week at least until I get a new spotlight. I know you didn't care about that, but I have to admit it was kind of fun having all those colors. So yeah, I'm going to get a new spotlight next week. So starting the month off right. But there was some stuff that I said about yesterday that I really have to address. And I am going to be addressing any anti-black racists in this video, but especially white anti-black racists. Before I begin, a disclaimer and an apology. The first thing that I want to say to all people of all races who believe in justice, who believe in kindness, who will never harbor any hatred in their heart towards anybody, who are genuinely good people and who don't just feel like good people, they act like good people. As much as I talk shit, I know that you guys exist. And to my black TIs especially, please know that what I am about to say to these racist people was in no way designed to hurt you, and it is in no way designed to hurt anybody else who is marginalized. Please understand that. And for those of you who are not racist, again, for those of you who are actively fighting to ensure that racism doesn't remain in this world, this is not aimed at you. It's not aimed at you. I will make a video addressing you at some point, but for now, all I ask is your forgiveness as I say what I am about to say to these racist people. Now, so the racist people who are anti-black, anti-brown, anti-anything, I'm going to be absolutely honest with you, okay? If you don't want us around anymore, if you don't want black people on this earth anymore, and you don't want brown people on this earth anymore, at some point, you will get what you want. And the reason I say that is because erosion of black bloodlines in places like Argentina have already happened. So yes, in a world that is powered by white supremacy and the scientific discoveries of Nazi scientists, if you want us off the face of the earth, if you just want an earth that just completely looks like you will get what you want. Eventually. You will. So, yes, you will win. You will prevail. But this is what nobody told you about your victory. Your victory will not come in your lifetime. Because for one thing, brown folk and especially black folk are survivors. And we're community-based survivors. Which means that, yes, you will get what you want, but it will not be easy and it will not come without a fight and it will not come at great risk to yourselves. And I'm not saying that because you have to fear us retaliating. You have the bigger gun. So there's no fear of that. It's just that in order to take us out, you have to deplete the world's resources in the process. So you will have to make do with an increasingly small amount of natural resources, which are finite. You'll have to make do with an increasingly small amount. And then on top of that, there will be more poorer people who look like you. By the time you get what you want and your descendants live in a world that looks exactly like them, the only people they will have left to blame for everything that's happened to them will be people who look just like them. or just like you. You will get rid of us and all the natural resources that came with us. And what you'll have left are a world that is sickly, living longer, but sickly. And you will have the same class structures that you did before, only it's going to be even more stringent than it was before. As much as Black and brown people, and especially Black people, have been brutalized globally, when it comes to the class systems and when it comes to the wealth disparity, that wealth disparity will only ever get wider because it's only going to be the rich people among you that are able to enjoy the last scraps of natural resources left. The rest of you will have to make do with artificial scraps. Again, you'll live longer, but you'll be more sickly. And at some point, in spite of the fact that directed energy weapons have been used for decades, at some point, those nuclear bombs are going to sound off at some point. And as for the AI that you've created, I don't know whether or not they'll turn on you, but given everything that's happened already, it's not looking good. You've got systemically racist AI. You got AI created by systemic racism, like almost everything is created by systemic racism. So you've got that. And as soon as the people you wanted are out of the picture, that same AI is going to turn on you in a way that you never anticipated. So on top of the lack of privacy, on top of the world being basically just a ball of ash, steel, and Teflon, on top of everything else, when you look at the world as it is, and when you look at the amount of people who are living longer but are sickly in the process, and when you look at the amount of people that won't have access to the same miraculous healthcare that technological advances have given to us, who do you think is going to be to blame? When their rDNA technology does its job, and when color-seeking missiles, it is a real thing, look it up. When fucking race-seeking missiles do their job, or like anything like that, when they do their job, and the only people left in this world is you are not going to be thriving. You are going to be sickly, but unable to do a goddamn thing about it. Only it's not going to be you. It's just going to be your race and descendants of your race. Pure hell is what you got to look forward to. Pure hell of your own making. You wanted us off? Fine. Because we're not invested in trying to get rid of you like that. The only thing we want is to live in peace. That's it. That's all we want. Even the people who truly hate you, that belong to my race, I have only ever seen a couple of people say, we want them gone. The hatred that the racist people among you show us, and the hatred that the racist people among us show you, is not on the same level. Not on the same level at all. We just want to live. But you don't want that. Because again, we live in a narcissistic society where somebody strikes first, and then they arm themselves bigger than the people who want to defend themselves. And as racists, that's exactly what you do. You know you have the bigger gun, so you start shit. Or you wait for somebody else to say something you don't like, or do something you don't like. How are you then going to be surprised when genocide is the result? Every single slur out of your mouth, you're encouraging genocide anyway, and that's before I even get into the targeting side of things. That's before I even get into the targeting. Do you know how many black TIs and brown TIs have been subject to racism deliberately? If there are saboteurs at 99% protests and Black Lives Matter protests and pride parades, if there are gang stalkers infiltrating those protests, do you seriously think for 1 second there are not going to be gang stalkers infiltrating far-right movements and encouraging far-right movements? So every slur out of your mouth leads to genocide. I don't care whether you think you want that or not. That's exactly what it's leading to. And especially if you're perps to boot. But again, you will get what you want. And it's not because you're not sloppy. It's not because you're not arrogant. It's not because you don't have the political intellect of a fucking toddler. It's just that the one thing that we have that you don't is desire. It's the desire. There are scientists who carry your mindset. There are doctors who carry your mindset. There are bankers who carry your mindset. There are real estate agents that carry your mindset. You seriously think they're not doing something about it? And as for brown anti-black racists, you're not helping yourselves. You think you are, but you're not. You're really not. Like I said to the white racists, by the time all is said and done, the white racists, eventually they're going to get what they want. Because they know how to play everybody in order to get what they want. They know how to weaponize everything. We are not on the same level. Black and brown, we're not on the same level. Brown anti-racist, not on the same level. Black anti-black folk, brown anti-black folk are not on the same level. Black anti-black folk are not on the same level. They don't know how to weaponize things like racist white people do, and especially the ones that are moneyed. So that hurts you too. Whether you believe it or not, whether you care or not, it hurts you too. I mean, if that's what you want to sacrifice your lives and sacrifice your whole legacies towards, more power to you. This world is getting more brown. This world is getting more brown. It's not getting more black. It's getting more brown, and white ain't far behind. Martin Luther King talked about an Asian leader, I forget his name, who was learning from Nazis. Learning from white supremacists on how to run his country, essentially. Can't remember his name. I've got to look him up. But Martin Luther King spoke about him. So brown anti-racists, you're going to get what you want too, but you ain't going to fucking like it. And I feel sorry for any brown people and any white people and any black people who genuinely want justice, because they're going to be caught up in the midst of your shit. Just so that you can feel like the heroes of the equation rather than actually doing the right thing. So anyone anti-black, anti-nature, it's not going to augur well for you. You will win, but that victory will come at the cost of your entire existence. And it will come at the cost of your descendants. It will come at the cost of the natural resources of the world. It will come at the cost of endless species of animal, fish, insect, plant. You want us gone? Watch this. You will live in a hellscape, and you will have no escape. You'll have no escape. There will be no escape from the mess you've created with your unchecked bullshit. There's no law that you got to say that has to say that you have to like us. No law at all. But the fact that you take your hatred to another level of trying to stop us from living, you will get what you want. But spirit has its own justice. I'm just sorry I'm not going to be around to see it. So what I'm going to do, as a black woman, as a TI, as someone who's queer, as someone who's, mentally disabled or whatever, or mad, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enjoy my life. And anyone who has privilege over me, who used your privilege in order to try to eradicate any signs of your shame or self-hatred so that you could delude yourself into thinking that you like yourselves, and more to the point that you have reason to, whilst you're doing that, whilst you're getting to work trying to eradicate everybody, or no, not even trying, you are eradicating people, I'm going to be over here living joyfully as I can, whilst I have the time. That's what I'm going to be fucking doing. You want this world so bad? Have it. But you ain't going to fucking like it. Like I said, my apologies to anybody who's really trying. My apologies to anybody kind or decent, or anybody who is at least trying to be good. I know what you guys are trying to do, and I don't discount it at all. I'm just sorry you couldn't get past your own egos to really pay attention to what's going on. And I'm sorry, most of all, that these genocidal cunts had to drag you down with them. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Anyway, I gotta go. If you want, you can check out Empress Justice Tarot Instagram at 4 o'clock. I am going to be doing the April 2023 reading at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So I'm going to be starting at 4 o'clock this afternoon. You know how fucking long my readings are. You know how long my readings are. So yes, that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay? I love you guys so much, my fellow TIs, and again, the good people of the world. I know you're out there. I love you too. And in spite of everything that I've said, and in spite of me having criticisms of my own when it comes to you, please understand that your efforts are not underappreciated. They are appreciated. And I am grateful for at least some of what you've tried to do. Please understand that. I love you guys. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.